Hello and welcome to highlights of the 91st edition of the Giro della Toscana here on GCN Racing. The 2019 edition would cover 204.4 kilometres starting and finishing in Pontedera. After a flat start, they would take in 3 laps of a 55.1 kilometre circuit that included an ascent of the Monte Serra on each lap, an 8.4 kilometre climb averaging 7.1%. Tour de France winner Egan Bernal of Team Ineos was a big draw for the crowds, but after pulling out the Colombian Worlds team, did he have the form to be competitive? A 5-rider breakaway group got clear after only 16 kilometres and enjoyed a maximum advantage of 6 minutes 20. Bijgitov, Zardini, Guerin, Peo and Zana were the escapees. As they went through the bell lap, they still had 2 minutes advantage, but Team Ineos were working hard on the front. Many riders were putting the final touches to their World Champs preparation. Giulio Ciccone and Davide Formolo were 2 such riders. With the gap coming down, EM Excelsior Simon Pelo decided it was time to go solo and launched a big attack, clearly to the surprise of his breakaway companions. The final ascent of the Monte Serra was ahead. Ineos and Androni Giocattoli were on the front. As they hit the lower slopes of the Monte Serra, Astana's Bijgitov was attempting to get across to Peo, but the time gap was tumbling and ultimately the Swiss would stay alone at the front. After a long day in the breakaway, Zardini and Zana were swept up by the Ineos-led peloton. Italian Diego Rosa was the first to launch his move, and it certainly looked like a serious attack. Ineos and Team Sky had won the race in 2018 with Gianni Moscon after Dunbar had set him up, and the Irishman was in the gap ahead of the peloton. Rosa joined up with Peo at the front, and the EM rider would welcome the fresh legs. Simone Velasco was working hard to set up Neri Sottoli teammate Giovanni Visconti. After a quick drink on a hot day, he was back to work, shredding an ever-dwindling group. The beautiful aerial shot was showing the Tuscan countryside off perfectly, and the gap to the leaders was not decisive. Visconti made his move on the hairpin. Davide Formolo was clearly not on a good day, weaving on the climb. This may cause the Italian selectors some concern with the world champs a little over a week away. As Rosa was reeled in, it was the familiar style of his teammate Egan Bernal who attacked, with Nikolai Cherkasov doing a great ride to latch on. Visconti and Ficarra were on the front, trying to stay within striking distance. Bernal cut his road racing teeth on the Ciclismo Cup races, and he was looking great. The Neri Sottoli riders' persistence had paid off though, and along with Pierpaolo Ficarra and Moari Kudus, they were chasing behind. They would eventually get rid of the rest. With just under 28 kilometres to go, the Colombian and the Russian crested the summit, and on a fast ascent, Visconti and Ficarra would eventually join the 2 leaders. The chase group behind were right on their limit, and a tight right-hander, Giovanni Carboni of Bardiani, would hit the deck, with Garosio of Bahrain Merida also going down. As they hit the flat road with just under 15 kilometres to go back to Pontedera, our 4 leaders were working well and holding a gap just under 30 seconds. With multiple teammates in the leading quartet, the chase group behind Nippo Vini Fantini's Alejandro Osorio was getting emotional, forgetting that teammates generally don't chase each other. Through the Flamme Rouge, and the gap was now 1 minute and 10. The attacks though would distance Ficarra from the break. It would now be a battle from 3. Gazprom's Cherkasov was forced to lead out, but in a bold move, Egan Bernal launched his sprint. Visconti, though, was quickly into the slipstream, and he came past the Ineos man to take his 34th career victory at 36 years old. Visconti was greeted at the finish by his family, all clearly thrilled at his victory. Giovanni Visconti brings one home for the peloton old boys. Confirmation of your top 3. Giovanni Visconti takes it from Egan Bernal and Nikolai Cherkasov, while behind Ficarra took 4th, while Gaburo and Dunbar were 5th and 6th.